one of my favorite sayings is first there's the innovators, then there's the imitators, then there's the idiots. And what's been happening in crypto over the past 18 months, or actually the past 6 months, I should say, is when something worked on Ethereum, then it went to an L2 of Ethereum. So you saw DeFi go from Ethereum, oh, it's too slow, it's too expensive. So then you go to an L2 of Ethereum. Well, it's cheaper now, that's a good thing, right? Then it went to another chain and the same, and then another chain and another chain and another chain.
Investor and billionaire businessman Mark Cuban warns investors in his latest interview that more pain may be coming for the Bitcoin, Ethereum, crypto, and stock markets as inflation and recession fears worsen. If everything was mispriced last year, that doesn't necessarily mean that they are properly priced now, being down more than 80%. Cuban, also known for owning the Dallas Mavericks, like so many other investors, has come a long way from being strongly positioned against purchasing Bitcoin and cryptocurrency to now being one of his biggest supporters, and it making up a substantial amount of his portfolio. In his most recent interview, Cuban reacts to the crypto crash and why he is a long-term believer in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and crypto in general.
And the same, and then another chain and another chain and another chain. Sounds like a song. It sounds like something DJ Khaled would do. And another chain and another chain. But what would happen is, because blockchain for the most part is a zero-sum game, there's not a whole lot of differences. We can argue the trilemma, right, and the nuanced differences among all of them. And Bitcoin maxis will argue a whole different story. But the reality is, if those chains don't get enough volume, they're gone. And because a lot of the competitive aspects of Ethereum competitive chains are cheaper and faster, you got to get a whole lot of transactions in order to survive. And so what they all did, and they all did the same thing, let's go get DeFi. So they all put together grants and funding and subsidies to go out and get LPs and others that would support DeFi on their platform, DeFi on blockchain X, fill in the blank. And then they did the same thing with NFTs. We're going to go get this celebrity and we're going to go subsidize it, and we're going to put it on our chain, and that's how we're going to get enough traffic, and we're going to show off why our chain is better. And then they go through the long list of blockchain X maxi, things they would say. And what they found out very quickly is that doesn't work. When you're a copycat, even if you have your checklist looks a little bit better, it's really, really hard to get somewhere. And so all that said, we've gotten to the point now where all those chains realize they're in deep shit. There's just no there. And these are multi-billion-dollar cap companies. Now, obviously, the market caps of the companies are convoluted and kind of configured the way you want them based off of your float versus your total allocation or your total mint. But now, what are they going to do? And so you're starting to see some of the fissures in these chains that really don't have any traffic and really don't have anywhere to go. And to me, that's just part of the cleansing that's natural. I've said before that this is a lot like the early days of the internet. And when we went, 95, 94, 95, my company, we started streaming. We were the first company to do, commercial streaming and this and that. And it was a race, because the next thing you know, there are 20 companies, 30 companies, 40 companies trying to do streaming. And, 39 of them died or 35 of them died. And you saw the same thing. And then when the 2000 and 2001 hit and the bubble burst, 95% of companies were gone. But the ones that were able to survive are still crushing it today, the Amazons, et cetera, Google, et cetera, because they had good, valid business models. And that's what we're going to see right now with crypto. Crypto, has got a lot of things that it can do really, really, really well. But we've seen all the money and brain power really geared towards DeFi and NFTs. And for 99% of those apps, it's a waste of brain power. What's the difference between DeFi on blockchain, on Ethereum and Polygon and all the others? Not a lot. And maybe just the subsidies. And like we saw with Anchor, Those subsidies just, if you don't earn the money, like we saw with Axie, and I'm an investor in Axie, and I told him, unless you're able to create enough of an economy that you're able to create productivity, meaning you have enough users that you can sell ads and sponsorships and NFTs and earn income from all those things in order to buy the SLPs and the tokens, the Axie tokens from users, meaning, it's earned to buy them, then you're going to run into problems. And so we went from play to earn being this great thing, and helping people in the Philippines to, okay, it's barely hanging on, and no new play to earn platforms have succeeded that I know of. Do you guys know of any that have worked?
Not yet. Axie's been it, man.
Yeah, and Axie's got that. If Axie would have gone in, and they still can do it, and I hope they do, and even though I'm an investor, I don't really have that kind of connection with them just to tell them what to do. But, if they're out there selling ads and sponsorships, and then taking that money and buying tokens from, the people who are playing to earn, so that there's some, there's a replenished economy, that works. If I buy one of those NFTs, you take my money, you buy some SLP, etc. Like Anchor, they wanted to be able to do loans to pay for the 20%, but they just kept on going subsidy, instead of just saying, okay, at some point, hey guys, we ain't doing shit for loans. We generated $150. It's like what you pay LPs, on different platforms, right? With their native token. You can pay them in it, but if you got no one to buy them, and that's what this is all about. And that's where a lot of this has failed. There's got to be second order and third order and fourth order demand, particularly for NFTs. That's like with the Mavs. We used NFTs as a reward for going to a game. You have to actually attend a game, and you're only allowed to get one. It's free. You go to the game, your reward is this NFT. And when you have these NFTs, we'll give you discounts, we'll do these other things. And if you miss a game, you can buy one from somebody else and collect them. But because we gave them away for free, there was no expectation that A, B, or C, I didn't have to worry about whether there was a second order, a third order, a fourth order purchaser in order to make people feel good about what they got when they went to a game. And now when you put out an NFT, unless you're really lucky and you're the Bored Apes or your CryptoPunks or whatever, and there's, hopefully sustainable demand, what are you going to do? You get people excited in your community to buy the NFTs, and then what? In the ICO craze and the first real push of Bitcoin, that's where you started to get the early interest, but there weren't a lot of mainstream applications. There were companies trying to do some things with smart contracts, CryptoKitties among them, and there were a lot of different ICO type approaches, but nothing really was already mainstream, and that was the big difference. It was just about people getting into crypto, not crypto getting into people's lives. Where I caught a lot of flack early on was, the focus on the utility of whatever it is I was looking at. How was it going to be used? What was the value proposition? And like you just mentioned, what was exciting to me back then with NFTs was the fact that artists could receive royalties. You could create a textbook NFT. We did a lot of things with NFTs with the Mavericks, with mavscollectibles.com. There's just a ton of applications, but there's got to be utility for them. They can't just be about speculation. And I think when, there's an old saying, everybody's a genius in a bull market. And so when everything was going up, everybody was smart, right? And when everybody's smart, everybody thinks they can do anything and not lose money. And then that obviously changed multiple times, over the past 15, 16 months. So what's really changed over the past 15 months is, we were looking at DeFi. There was the DeFi summer, then there's DeFi, and, but there was really DeFi on just a couple blockchains. Right? Mostly Ethereum is where all the action was. And there was a lot of subsidies. It's like people were approaching crypto and DeFi in particular, like they did software applications, where there were, back in the day, VCs would subsidize apps or applications and offer them for free, and knowing that they were losing a boatload of money just to get users to try it. And we saw that with DeFi as well, where, on Aave, wherever you went, there were all kinds of rewards that were just handouts that somebody had to subsidize. And that subsidy was coming from investors, they were coming from, misperceived tokenomics, or they were coming from, just buyers who were just wanted to play the game, trying to earn as much, just trying to go as degen as they can. And, what we've learned since then, you go to Aave now, and you see what the real rate should be. And it's all algorithmically driven without the reward. And once you took out the rewards, the whole perception of DeFi changed. And I think that's also one of the reasons why DeFi has kind of survived a little better than CeFi has survived. Because CeFi is a centralized business, has tried to run with rewards more and subsidies more, and that catches up to you real quick.
We must win this financial war. Subscribe to keep learning the truth.